Well, it's safe to say things have definitely improved, but never mind any of that now. Something absolutely miraculous has happened. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Norwich City, bouncing back here on the channel, and yep, we're going to go straight to it. The most wondrous, incredible, amazing thing has happened. Blackburn have won another game. They got 7 points. They beat Southampton 3-0. But actually no, that's not even it either. Something even more amazing than that has actually happened. And that is that we've had our youth intake, and we have had the best regen we've ever had. Possibly the best regen I've ever had on the game ever. You occasionally get a few good ones, and this man here, he's not really a man, he's only 15. This boy, Roy McDermott, is potentially the best academy graduate we're going to have in the entire save. To be this good at the age of 15, to be a left back who's actually left footed and has decent attributes already, at least an 11 for crossing, marking, passing, tackling, work rate of 16, pace of 12 already, determination of 19, 16 decisions. I mean, there's definitely some things that need developing if he's going to start for us, certainly compared to Jamal Lewis. But at the age of 15, to be this good already, this is pretty ridiculous, and I like it a lot. And the fact is, actually, of all the positions for regens coming through in the save so far, compared to, striker, winger, fullback is the one that is the least, there's the least players available, even including players from the bigger clubs that we wouldn't be able to get anyway. There's barely any who have, even the slightest chance of looking like they're going to develop into anything really special. So to get someone like this through our own youth intake is pretty fantastic. Apparently he's only 4 stars. I mean, I would question that. Of course, it potentially means that he's already developed quite a lot. He might not, he's got good current ability, but not necessarily good potential ability. But I think nevertheless, even with 4-star potential, when he looks like this at 15, when he's 20, 21, he could be potentially even world class. And the fact that he's come through our youth intake is very, very nice indeed. Born in Colchester, not Norwich, but no one's perfect. So that is very exciting. Also very exciting is our recent form, which, I said last time, if we can just get a win, then that will help things right themselves, and that's what's happened. This season has just been weird. We had a brilliant start, bit of a sticky patch there, kind of recovered a little bit, and then a little bit of a dodgy patch, brilliant winning run there, then just pretty much a total collapse, and now we seem to be recovering a little bit. Since last time's fantastic win against Real Madrid and Sheffield United, we have won 3 out of 3. First of all, Manchester City were sent out of the FA Cup in the 5th round, back to winning ways against them at Carrow Road. Ali, Winks and Callum Wilson with the goals. It was an easy victory. It was a very, very good victory indeed. And then, well, it's a day of miracles, folks. It's a day of miracles, because for the first time in the save, we beat Wolverhampton Wanderers, and we did it in style, 4-1. As weird as this season has been, as disappointing as this season has been, we've managed to beat 2 of the sides we've never beaten before, and we put 4 past both of them. It was a brilliant performance. Buendia, Callum Wilson and Max Aaron's on the score sheet as well, to finally end one of our worst records of the save. And then most recently a 2-1 win against Brentford, a side who've also caused us a fair amount of problems. It's fair to say we definitely got the better record against them than they do, but still some defeats in there. So to get a 2-1 win in that one was also a very good battling performance to get all 3 points late on. Dele Alli with the goal, and so that has left us in a far stronger position, 6th place, 50 points, 4 points clear now of Aston Villa. Chelsea have won the League Cup, so 7th place again will equal European football. But after the disappointment of pretty much looking like we're not going to qualify for the Champions League, despite some early promise, as long as we can get into the Europa League, that would be preferable. Interestingly, Brighton, they're doing what we did. Their first season back in the top flight after promotion, they're looking like they're going to qualify for the Europa League. They have had one of the weirdest journeys in the save ever. They qualified for the Europa League. They finished in 5th. They then got relegated, promoted again as champions. They're going to finish in looking like the top 6 again, which is just Very, very strange. But the league is not going to be a focus for us today. We have got 2 cup matches. Of course, the second leg against Real Madrid. We have the advantage, but it is only a slender advantage. 2-1 from the home game. They've got the away goal. I would say there's a sort of 75-80% chance that they're going to win this one. I think we've got a chance. If we can score, we've absolutely got a chance. But we're probably going to be exiting the competition. But at least we're giving a good account of ourselves against one of the best teams in the world. And then following that, we are going to be playing the FA Cup quarter-final away at Middlesbrough. This time last year, we did make the FA Cup quarter-final and we lost to a championship side in the form of Brighton and Hove Albion. So to get another championship side again, hopefully this time we can make it past them and make it to Wembley for the first time in the save. And for all of those wins, tactically, we have been sticking to what we know best, pretty much, starting with the preferred system, the 4-3-3, albeit with that change we'd made last time, Emiliano Buendia as a winger rather than an inverted winger, and it seems to have done quite well. Not only is he sort of more comfortable in that position, he's been scoring some goals, having that extra width certainly seems to help. It might be something we look to do. I don't like having it on both sides. I think actually having someone predominantly cutting in, someone predominantly going wider does kind of help, but yeah, something potentially to consider going forwards. But otherwise then, the team is going to be Jack Butland in goal, Jamal Lewis, Ethan Ampadu, Chris Mepham and Max Aarons as the defence. I have principally been playing Mepham and Tarkowski, but I do think for this game, Ampadu's pace could prove pretty critical against the forward players of Real Madrid. They've got Lautaro Martinez, for example. Lewis Cook, Calvin Phillips and Dele Alli is in midfield. James Maddison on the left-hand side, Buendia on the right. And Callum Wilson is going to be starting up front. He's been, broadly speaking, more prolific than Adamida. 10 goals overall for him compared to Adam with just 6. It's his worst season by far, but you can't say he didn't get an opportunity. He just hasn't been as prolific as he has been in the last 4 seasons. Right then, Real Madrid definitely going to be out for revenge after what we did. We'll see what we can do. We are on a good run. Go out there and impress me. I don't think we're going to win this game. I think we're probably going to be heading out, but you never know. You never know. We've got the advantage. It's very, very slender, but at least we've got a chance. And we could be put to bed very early on. Hossein Mawar with a free kick, which Jack Butland does very well to tip round the post. He was a little bit shaky to start with, and this is obviously going to jinx things, but he's looked pretty good in the absence of Pope. And this is something that's given me sort of consideration for the summer. I don't necessarily think Jack Butland should be number 1 next season, but his passing isn't great, but his kicking far, far better than Pope. And that does seem to help some things. Pope's distribution is very, very poor. We've got a potential chance here. Aarons on the right-hand side gives it off to Buendia, working it nicely on the right-hand side, trying to find a bit of room to get it into the box. Aarons, Cook. We're being pressed quite heavily, but we're getting a little bit of space. Lucky bounce there. Flick from Buendia. Aarons is going to take the shot on, and it's tipped round by Courtois. Quite awkwardly, though. Another free kick from Madrid. They're looking to work another opportunity. Aouar to Martinez. We're trying to close them down, but the shot comes in from Hossein Mawar, and that was pretty ferocious, and they've got the advantage. Fiercely struck, not really much anyone could be expected to do about that. So they've got the lead in the match, and now they've got the lead in the tie because they've got that away goal from the first leg, so they will be going through if the scores remain the same. Now they've got a corner. Varane heads it into Butland's gloves. He tips it over. Another good save from Butland, actually. And it was fair to say Madrid, driving the pressure up, but we're still in this. If we can get a goal, then, we'll be going through. I think if we can just keep it at 1-0 for as long as possible, and then maybe look to strike late on into the game. If we concede a few more, then, we're in some trouble, as we immediately do. Rodrigo scores. A little bit unlucky for us there. The block initially, but he gets the rebound, and it's 2-0 to Madrid, and, that is looking pretty difficult for us now. I think if it's 3-0 to Madrid by the break, then, I'd say that's thank you very much and good night. If we can 2-0, we may be still in it. We can switch things up, go a bit more positive in the second half. That would be good, but that wasn't good. Rodrigo scored. That was the easiest one of the bunch, and I'd say that's probably that. We failed out for quite a long time. We did do pretty well, at least initially, but not anymore. Not anymore. That was the worst one. That was sloppy. I mean, him and Vinicius Jr. just well ahead of our defenders. Not paying attention at all. And that's half time. And I think really Madrid are going through. You've been unlucky so far. I mean, I'm far from pleased. I don't know. I've gone with that now, so we can't take it back. But I think we might as well go for this because literally we're going out unless we score a bunch of goals. So let's try and score a bunch of goals. I mean, did we make some changes? Wilson is apparently having a dreadful game. Dele Alli is apparently having one of the worst games of all time. I think I'm going to stick with it now. We'll switch the system, go a bit more positive, give it a few minutes, and then we'll probably make a few changes. Right, we've got a free kick. If we can get a goal back, then you never know. You do never know. It's come back to Maddison, and he's decided to just play it all the way back to Jamal Lewis for some reason, rather than making any sort of effort to have an attempt on goal or find a player in the box. That's just great stuff. We love it. Butland's now giving the ball away after I was praising his kicking earlier on, and if this is 4-0, then we might as well just throw in the towel now. It's another good save from Butland. They've got a corner. I don't really want to watch. We're just going to make some changes. Ali's going to have to come off because he's having a disgraceful game. Right, Ali is having an absolutely dreadful game, so he's going to come off. Cantwell's going to come on. We'll move Maddison over into the centre, and then that'll probably do for now. We'll bring Adam on because he's such a big game player. We'll bring him on. Hopefully he can sort of do something useful. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen, does it? It doesn't look like we're going to come back into this, but you know, the odds were always against us anyway. The fact that we won the first leg, that was great. That's going to encourage us going forwards as it's now 4-0. Brilliant. Yeah, we'll focus on the first leg. We won the first leg. That's the most important thing. Never mind that we've lost the second leg at least 4-0. That doesn't matter. It's the first leg. That was a match that will live long in the memory as we've been completely outclassed here in Spain. Yep, there we go. Just a bit of a mismatch really there. Bit of a mismatch. We had a chance early on, but you know, yeah, not great. I'm going to say it's unlucky because I'm not slagging them off for losing 4-0 to Real Madrid. That's not really very fair, is it? So hey, disappointing, but given it's our first ever season in the Champions League, we've managed to make the knockout round. There's no shame losing to Real Madrid. We did win the first leg after all. Not bad. 8.68 million for it as well. I think we'll take that. Okay then, hopefully a better result against Middlesbrough, but well, you know how these things work. Basically this whole season, as soon as we lose a game, that's it. We go on a horrific, terrible run. But anyway, the team for this one, quite a bit of rotation. We're keeping the defence the same, the entire back five really, other than Tarkovsky comes back in because Ampadu is cup tied and also was quite bad against Real Madrid, so we'll go with this one. Midfield is changed though. Harry Winks comes in along with Hamza Chowdhury. Taylor Oakes is going to be playing as well. Cantwell comes in on the left hand side. Buendia remains on the right hand side just because I don't want to play Marcus Edwards from the start because he'll probably get injured again. And then Adamida comes in up front. We've got Ryan Davis on the bench. We've got Murray McCunny on the bench as well. And we've got Aaron Hitchman on the bench to come on, hopefully, once the game is already well and truly won. But that depends on us being, actually good. Middlesbrough are currently 13th in the Championship, so not really any excuses for not winning this one. Expect to see a much better performance today. I don't really want to be too critical of the performance because, yeah, it wasn't great, but then we were never really expected to win. We're going to pump the fist and we're going to say, let's show the world what this team is all about, shall we? That's the recommended one. They've kind of responded a bit. What better way to show the world what the team is all about than recovering from a 4-0 defeat in the Champions League in a game against Middlesbrough that probably very few people are watching. Right, first highlight is a corner for Middlesbrough, which they've nearly scored from. They've hit the bar. That's a great start. I mean, this is my concern, really, because it's happened twice, 3 times so far this season. We've lost a game we were expected to lose, and then subsequently we've gone on a terrible run. Like, in real life, yeah, alright, it might be disappointing to lose 4-0 to Real Madrid, but we're Norwich City and we lost 4-0 to Real Madrid. Like, there's no shame in that. We wouldn't then become completely awful when facing a team midway down the Championship table, would we? Really? But it's all Middlesbrough at the moment, so that's looking like that's what's happening. Finally, we've managed to find our way into their half. Max Aarons on the right hand side. Can he find a cross into the box? Let's create some opportunities. Chowdhury has lost the ball in pathetic fashion, and Middlesbrough now breaking. Kavanagh racing through. The defence is stretched to get back. Luckily the shot was not particularly great. Closing down from Mepham kind of helped there, but that's the first highlight we've seen for us, and it was actually a highlight for them. So really good, really pleasing. Right, hopefully this one will be a real highlight for us. It's been knocked down to us. Harry Winks, he's miles away from the goal though. Taylor Oakes on the turn, goes for a pass to Chowdhury, holding it up well. Buendia, there's opportunities here. We can find someone. Winks pings it out to Buendia, who's had to run quite far away, but we still managed to retain control of the possession. Chowdhury is coming to Buendia. The shot is blocked multiple times. Another go from Adam, and that's not his best effort ever. At least that was a chance though. An actual highlight for us, but now they've got a free kick and they've scored. Andre Green, and you have to say they deserve it. We've been really bad. We are behind to a mid-table championship team. Yes, we've made changes. What Butland was doing there, I have no idea. I mean, in terms of XG, we apparently are better than them, but XG means nothing. Cantwell, if we can get an equaliser before the break, that would be really, really nice. I'd prefer that one. Chowdhury, is he going to take a shot on? No. We've worked it nicely to Buendia. Is he going to find the angle? It's been blocked. Adam has just kicked it right at the... I mean, he was looking at the goal and then just... No, I'm going to kick it right at the defender. No effort, really. No power in that at all. Rubbish. This is not the Adam Eder that we're used to. And at half-time, we are losing to a championship team, and I am absolutely furious with what I've seen. That was just embarrassing. I mean, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointing. I'm just disappointed. I don't know. I expect to get a much better performance in the second half. Not good enough, and no sense hanging around. Clearly this is not working again, because we've lost a game. So every single time we lose a game, suddenly they're like, yeah, you know what, now we're rubbish. It makes no sense, and it's really, really, really getting on my nerves. Right, Taylor Oakes got quite tired in the first half, so we'll bring on another youngster. Ryan Davis comes on off the bench. Formation has changed. Come on, let's show what we can actually do. Free kick from Buendia. Mepham heads it in, and Tarkowski clears it up from the crossbar to actually go in the goal. We're back on level terms. Again, I mean, as soon as we use this system, suddenly we get loads of free kicks. Mepham, unlucky. Luckily, Tarkowski is there for a simple tap-in. Similar opportunity once again. Buendia is with the goalkeeper's missed it, and from virtually identical position, James Tarkowski gets his second of the game, and now we've got the lead. Same routine again. Keeper completely misses it. All three goals have been free kicks. Very, very similar. We're right. Another one, exactly the same position. Is it going to be three? Tarkowski on a hat-trick. This time, the goalkeeper makes the save. Coming up to the closing stages of the game. Let's not throw anything away now. Let's not be silly. Tarkowski intercepts well. He's going to get a man of the match at the moment. 2 goals. Solid defensive display. Davis finds Buendia. It's a bit of a long pass to him, but we managed to work it out in the end. Cantwell can't quite get there. And now maybe Middlesbrough can break. We don't want to see that. Chowdhury intercepts, and it's bounced back down to Emi Buendia. He is running the right flank at the moment. Is he going to take a shot on himself? He is. He's very unlucky. Chips the goalkeeper, hits the bar, and Middlesbrough clear it away. Right, final few minutes, and as soon as I'm about to make a change, Middlesbrough are now about to equalise, presumably. Let's just hold on, see what happens here. Ball whipped in, Butland with a catch, and he's winding up to boot this down the field, is he? He is. Please find a teammate. No. The clearance does, though. Buendia to Chowdhury. Ryan Davis. A lovely ball forwards to Adam Eder. We've seen very little from Adam today that's been good. He's not lost possession. That is, I suppose, a plus. And Harry Toffolo, former Norwich player, has gone in there, and he's probably going to get sent off. Indeed he is. It's a straight red card. Bit harsh. Apparently it was an appalling challenge, but I think that will probably be that. We'll bring on Marcus Edwards for the final few minutes to see out what's been far too difficult, but at least is done. We have beaten Middlesbrough. We should have been much easier than that, but it's a win, and we've made it through to the FA Cup semi-final for the first time in the save. We are off to Wembley. So there we go. That's what I was kind of planning with this tactic, really. We start with a 4-3-3. We make the switch if we need to, if things aren't working. That's exactly what happened here, and worked very, very well. If it could do that a bit more often, then I might understand what I was doing a bit more. Right, fantastically, Chelsea have also made it through, Arsenal have also made it through, and Liverpool have also made it through. So I don't think we're going to be getting to the FA Cup final, but hey, At least it's a semi-final. That's something. Are you actually joking me? Are you actually kidding? He's Marcus Edwards. Why is he why is he playing? I specifically told you not. I literally took him out of the squad, so he wasn't playing in under-23s games. Why you're playing him for 90 minutes? He's torn his hamstring, so he's out for the rest of the season. Only just come back. We missed him. We needed him. He's now gone again. Really appreciate that. Who's the under-23s manager? Because you're about to lose your job. David Wright. David Wright. More like David Wrong. Contract terminated. Immediate effect. How dare you destroy my player? What ridiculous. 110. Yeah, whatever. He's quite good, but I don't even care. You're gone. Right then, semi-final draw. Who's going to knock us out? More likely now that Edwards is gone again. Brilliant. I mean, Arsenal. We've got a very good record against Arsenal, so that would be good. Chelsea, we beat them 4-0 early on in the season, of course, but otherwise we are awful. Liverpool, best not to speak of it. So it's going to be Liverpool, isn't it? If it's Arsenal, we've got a chance, and it's obviously Liverpool. So there we go. Then that was a nice dream. That was a nice dream. That there was a pretty good end to the episode, but it's been completely destroyed by an injury and the worst possible draw we could have had. But anyway, there we go. That's going to be where we come back next time. The FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool. We could then play Liverpool in the league as well, but we're not going to do that. We'll play West Brom first. Hopefully that might be a win to warm us up for the inevitable 6-0 defeat at Wembley. But you never know, right? You never know. Not many league games left. If we can win a few of them, then we should be getting into Europe. We are, well, there's a 3-point gap now over Tottenham. It's tight. It's going to be a pretty close run thing, but yeah, I think 3 wins, that should probably be enough, right? Maybe 4, just to be safe. That should be enough. We normally get around 60 points anyway. Literally played him for 79 minutes. I mean, why would you be that stupid? Why wouldn't you take him off? You absolute moron. Well, he's been here for nearly a decade, but he's gone and will never be coming back. As good as he is, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. And we'll be back next time to get knocked out of the FA Cup, probably. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.